Good, everybody? It's your boy Upstart 101, the heavy hitter 101. Back to talk a little Eagles 101. I've been, gone for a minute, dealing with life. Life happens to us all here and there, so it's been consuming my time a little bit. But I'm back and ready to chop it up with y'all on this interesting little tidbit that happened today with the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles make a trade with the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, who have been busy like a mug today. The Dolphins had already made a trade with the 49ers, sending the number 3 pick to the 49ers for the number 12 pick in the first round and other draft picks. We're just going to focus on the first rounders for right now. And I thought it was an interesting move because the Dolphins were in a spot where they could basically pick whatever it was that they needed, but they chose to drop down for whatever reason. I guess to accumulate more capital, because obviously the Dolphins were not going to take one of the quarterbacks on the board, so I thought it would be interesting to see where they would go if they would have stayed there. Do they go old tackle, wide receiver, even though they've addressed the wide receiver position pretty well with Fuller in the offseason. But they decided to trade back. The 49ers are apparently going to jump up and grab one of these quarterbacks. I believe it's going to be not Trey Lance. It may probably it's going to be Justin Fields or Trey Lance, because I believe Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are now entrenched as the first and second picks of this draft. So the 49ers are possibly going to take either Justin Fields or Trey Lance with that third pick. For me, it'd probably be Justin Fields, but that's their problem. And then after that, the Miami Dolphins showed they weren't done, as they went ahead and swapped first-round picks with the Philadelphia Eagles, taking the number 6 spot and moving back up into the top 10, and the Eagles dropping down to the number 12 pick. To me, this is interesting because the only thing I can think of is we need all the draft capital we can get, because we don't have any funding to really rebuild this team in free agency. So we need all the draft capital we can get. The problem with that is, who's our GM? We can have all the draft capital in the world, but if we don't trust our GM to make the right choices with this draft capital, then what was it for? Now, keep in mind, it actually shapes up pretty good for us in the future, especially next year, because if old buddy number 11 plays well for the Colts, we could have 3 first-round picks next year. I'll take 3 first-round picks any day. And you can flip that or do whatever with it. But like I said, all of that really doesn't matter if we don't have a competent GM pulling the right moves with these picks, and he has to pull the right moves with these picks. And to me, I'm actually torn on this, because I know all of y'all had y'all preference on who y'all thought we should take with the number 6 pick. To me, it was either going to have to be Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. I mean, I believe that's the consensus. I really like Kyle Pitts. I just feel that with the young wide receivers that we got, let's just roll them out there and see if anybody emerges out the crop. I mean, they can't be that bad. So if I had the choice between Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase, it would have been Kyle Pitts. But I was thinking that maybe they made this trade because Kyle Pitts probably wasn't going to be available. And so they figure if they're going to take a wide receiver, there's plenty of good value in wide receiver on the board. So if they drop down, they can still nab a good one. You could still at the number 12. It's plenty of options for this team. Parsons may still be there. Horn may be there. But I just think right now, with Jalen Hurts as the quarterback, you just need to build and learn from the mistakes that you made with number 11. You got a chance to put a weapon around him. Put a weapon around him. So if you feel that's Devontae Smith or Waddle or whatnot, roll with it. So I think this is pretty much, they're going to take a wide receiver. To me, Jamar Chase is the top wide receiver in this draft. But there are other good ones. There are other good ones. Now, we may be kicking ourselves again if Jamar Chase is who we think he turns out to be. So I understand going for the depth because we have to rebuild this team throughout the draft. We need all the draft capital we can get. And we just got to hope that this dingbat, you know what I'm saying, can actually come through for us with some of these picks this time. So, I mean, I like Devontae Smith or Waddell. It's just, I don't know, man. It just seems like when you have the chance to get the true number one guy on the board, you take him. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. If I couldn't have had Kyle Pitts, man, I would have loved to have had Jamar Chase. But we need the capital. We need the draft capital, man. We got to hope this man, you know, starts redeeming himself with some of these picks. But like I said, 2022, not trying to just bypass the season, but 2022 is looking pretty good as far as the draft capital, 3 potential first-round picks. I like that. So we're actually expediting this rebuild pretty quickly. So I was never fond of us taking a quarterback. I think you got to see what you have with Jalen Hurts at this point. Let's see what the guy can do. Let's put the pieces around him and see how he responds. Because if he responds, that just expedites and speeds the rebuild up, you know, even quicker. Even though I don't technically think we're rebuilding. We are, but we aren't. I think we can compete. I don't care what nobody says because I'm just not blown away by this NFC East. Some of you may be, but I'm just not blown away by this NFC East. I don't care what the Giants have done. I like Kenny Galladay, but he's not a game changer for me. They still got Daniel Jones at quarterback. The Washington football team has no quarterback, really. And the Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're expected to win. We know what happens when they're expected to win. They flounder. So, to me, you can call me a delusional, optimistic fan, but I think we'll be competing in this division this year. That's just me. But, yeah, the Eagles trade down, accumulate more picks, potentially have 3 first-round picks in the 2022 draft, which is good for next year. But for this year, I think they still take a wide receiver, man. You have to take a wide receiver, put the weapons around Jalen Hurts, and let's see what happens. So, y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think we should have kept the number 6 pick and went from there and then just rolled the dice with Howie, or you think it was a good move for Eagles dropping back and accumulating more picks and potentially still getting a pretty good wide receiver at this spot? Let me know what you think. It's your boy Upstart 101. Heavy Hitter 101. Signing off for now. Peace.